Welcome students to the next lecture of English Language and Literature, Code 184, CBSE Class 10, first term syllabus. We have already done the videos of unit number 1, unit number 2, and first part of unit number 3 too. Now this is second part of two stories about flying, which is Black Aeroplane, written by Frederick Forsyth. As the title is telling you that we are going to talk about an aeroplane, so let us go and start with the story. It is a very interesting story and hopefully you would like it. There are no difficult words in the chapter, but whatever we would come across, I would explain you while explaining the text to you. Let's go with it. This is the story about a pilot who has been going to England. Let's see, he experienced something there. So let's be the part of his experience. So, what did he learn? Let us go with it. The moon was coming up in the east behind me. That means he was going to which direction? West direction. The moon was coming up in the sky in the east direction, which was behind me. The stars were shining. That means it is a symbol that there are no clouds there. The sky was clear. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. I was happy to be alone. He was alone and he was not along with anybody else, high up above the sleeping countryside. And everybody would be sleeping this time, but he is happy to be alone there in the sky. And what was he flying? He was flying old Dakota aeroplane. So this is the picture of Dakota I have already taken. And just to show you that what is Dakota, it is a kind of an aeroplane. So he was flying his old Dakota aeroplane. It is old one. It is not the new one. And he's flying over France and going to England. So this is important to be understood. He is going and flying over France right now, and he's going to England. What is he dreaming about? He is dreaming of his holiday, and he is going to England to spend his holiday from work, and he is looking forward. That means he is waiting to spend the time with his family. So this is very clear that he lives in England, fine, and he is going and joining his family on the weekend. So let's see. I looked at my watch. It was 1:30 in the morning. So this was the time, 1:30 a.m. So he was happy that during this dark time there are no clouds, and he has been enjoying his flight alone in the sky, and he is going to England, and he is waiting to reach England. Let's move forward. I shall call Paris Control soon, I thought. Now he is thinking that he should call and just check that everything is okay with his plane, and he's flying his plane in the right direction and everything else. I saw the lights of a big city. Now, as I looked down past the nose of the aeroplane, past the nose of the aeroplane, he was able to see the big lights of the city, the lights of the big city. He switched on the radio and he started speaking. Paris Control, Dakota DS088 here. So whenever you are contacting on radio like this, you need to tell about you, and you need to tell about the plane you are in. So he's saying this is Paris Control. He is contacted to, and he's saying that this is DS088 here. Can you hear me? I'm on my way to England. Over. Now this is the time. This is the over means now the other party would speak up. Now let us see what is happening up in the next text. Okay. So now what happened? Give me a second. Let me zoom it a little bit for you. This is the cockpit I have taken just to show you that how does cockpit looks. Okay, cockpit is a place in the plane from where the pilot flies the plane. Okay. The voice from the radio answered back immediately. Yes, I can hear you. And you need to take turn 12 degrees towards west direction. And that person from there, from the control, guided him to turn his plane towards 12 degrees towards west. I checked my map and the compass, that tells you the direction, because once you are in the sky or in the ocean, you do not know which direction you are moving to. And he switched on to his second fuel tank, and this was the last fuel tank. He knew that he would be needing only two tanks to reach England. He turned Dakota 12 degrees west as it was instructed to him, and he was saying that he was thinking that I would be reaching there at the time of breakfast, and I'm going to enjoy the big English breakfast. For your convenience, to make you understand, I have taken the pic of this also, that what is English breakfast. So this is the picture of English breakfast. I am just zooming it in so that it may be clear to you. So this is the picture of English breakfast. Everything is included there on the top there. Fine. So he was expecting that he would be reaching in time and he would be enjoying the rich English breakfast because everything was quite normal by then. Everything was going to be, एक minute becha. Everything was going well and it was an easy flight. Now he made a comment that it was an easy flight and he was enjoying that flight and it was a very easy flight. Let us see. Um, is is he right in saying so, making this comment? Let's go ahead. Paris was about 150 kilometer behind. He has left Paris. It was 150 kilometer behind. So now he started to see that there were clouds there, and those were not normal clouds. Those were storm clouds. They were very huge. They were looking like as if they were the black mountains standing in front of him across the sky. And he knew this thing that he cannot fly over them. He cannot fly up and over them. He did not have enough fuel to take this flight. Okay? And he cannot even fly around him, around the clouds to the north or south. For example, these are the clouds. Okay, dark clouds. He cannot fly over it. He cannot fly right or left of it because he need to travel a long distance to go there or to go there, and he did not have enough fuel with him. Fine. Let us go on to the next. And what he did. So what is the solution that he find out? Let us see to it. What he did. I ought to go back to Paris. I cannot fly across it. I cannot take the flight into the storm clouds. I should go back to Paris. I thought, but I wanted to enjoy the breakfast with my family. So he decided that I'm going to take the risk. And he flew his old Dakota. It was an old Dakota, and he was expecting might be this is the experienced plane. So it was an old Dakota, and he took that plane into the stormy clouds. Inside the clouds, everything was black. It was impossible to see anything. He could not see anything outside. The old aeroplane started jumping and twisting in the air. The aeroplane lost its control. I just checked the compass to know where I was. What is my direction? Where I have to go? I could not believe my eyes. Why could not he believe his eyes? The compass was turning round and round. The compass was not able to show the direction. It has lost its control. It was dead. It was not working. And slowly and gradually, other instruments started getting dead too. And he tried to control the control room. Fine. Paris control, Paris control. Can you hear me? But there was no answer. The radio was dead too. So everything went dead. First compass, then other instruments, then radio also. I had no radio. I had no compass. I could not see where I was. I was lost in the storm. Then in the black clouds near me, I saw another aeroplane. He's saying everything went black. My all instruments of the plane had lost its control, has lost their control. But I could see the another aeroplane in the stormy clouds. And that aeroplane did not have the lights. But I could see that it was flying near me. I could see the pilot's face. The pilot turned at me, and I was glad to see somebody in that problem. He lifted one hand to me, he lifted and he told me to follow him. He did not speak, but he just signaled him to follow him. So, what is the solution? What was the solution that he was having? He was only having this solution that he had to follow that plane because he was not able to help himself in any of the way. He was lost there in the storms. So, what happened now? Now he started following him. He knows that I am lost. The pilot of the other aeroplane, which was black in color. Be careful. The title of the chapter, which is Black Aeroplane, is talking about that aeroplane that had come there to help him. His aeroplane isn't black, it is old Dakota. That description is given to us. But the other aeroplane, which he could see in the clouds, is the black aeroplane. Fine. And the pilot of that aeroplane knew this thing that this man, the narrator of the story, is lost and he was trying to help him. He turned his aeroplane slowly to the north direction in front of his Dakota so that he may easily follow him. I was happy. I was just following him like an obedient child. And after half an hour, I kept on flying for half an hour. The strange black aeroplane was still there in front of me in the clouds. And now I was thinking about the fuel, the last tank I was on. So I was thinking about the fuel, that how would I continue with the flight. I have to come out with a solution. Fine. So what happened then? Let us see to it. Let me erase it first. Okay. Okay. So now for half an hour he kept on flying. He was still there in the clouds. I was only having enough fuel to last for only 5 to 10 minutes. I was really frightened again. He was again, the narrator was really frightened because he did not have enough fuel. But he saw that the plane, the black aeroplane that he was following, was going down now. So it was the time to take to reach the destination. Okay. To land, it was a time to land somewhere. I followed the aeroplane which was going in front of me. Suddenly, I came out of the clouds. I was out of the clouds. I could see the two straight lines of light, as you can see in the picture. Fine. And he was thinking, okay, it is a runway. Okay, I have reached an airport. I am safe. I turned to look at my friend who had helped me. Who was the friend? The pilot of the black aeroplane. But he wasn't there. The sky was empty. I could not see any other aeroplane in the sky. There was nothing. The black aeroplane was gone. I could see it nowhere. I was puzzled that how did it happen? It was just there. I just had a look at the runway and it was lost. Where was it? Then finally, I landed and I was not sorry to walk away the old Dakota. I was not feeling bad that I chose old Dakota because it could help me. So I was not feeling sorry because I could land there safely. I went there to the control tower and I asked the woman that where is the pilot, other pilot of the black aeroplane. I wanted to say thank you to him because he helped me to come out of that those clouds, those black clouds, those stormy clouds. And she was looking at me strangely, and then she started laughing. Another aeroplane up there in the storm? No other aeroplane was flying tonight. Yours was the only one I could see on the radar. This is the picture of the radar. I think you must have seen in the movies or serials that this is the radar which catches the position of the aeroplanes or any other flying object in the sky. So she's saying there was no another aeroplane. Yours was the only one. And now he's thinking, so who helped me to arrive there safely without a compass or a radio? My compass was not working, my radio was not working, my all the instruments were dead. Then who helped me out? I did not have enough fuel then. And who was the pilot of the strange black aeroplane that was flying in that stormy night without lights? Who was it? So he remained with this question in his mind because this is the end of the story. So, what is the end of the story? What did we learn in the story? That there was a pilot. He was going to England. He was very eager to meet his family. Everything was going well in the starting. But again, he saw the stormy clouds. He went into it because he was eager to meet his family, and the compass lost its control, then other instruments, then radio also stopped working. Finally there was another aeroplane. The pilot of that aeroplane helped this man because he was flying in front of him and he was asking him to follow. He came out of the clouds, he could land safely, but he was surprised to know this thing that there was no aeroplane in the sky. So what do you feel, what was it? What do you feel? See, better, it was his own inner self that was helping him out. Okay. So you cannot say that it was a miracle or something else. Fine. So it was. Have you ever heard the word hallucination? Hallucination means when you, uh, s- when your thinking becomes too strong that you start visualizing the things. So it was. He was extremely terrified when he was stuck in the clouds that he started hallucinating. So it was his inner self that was helping him out. There was no other aeroplane. Though this question will not be asked, everybody can have their own perspective about the ending of the story. Some would say that the god had come in the phase of this man of the black aeroplane, the pilot of the black aeroplane. So everybody can have their own perspective, and the question will not be asked from that area. Don't worry. Okay. So let us do some RTC question, MCQ based on RTC. The RTC is everything was going well. It was an easy flight. Paris was about 150 kilometers behind me when I saw the clouds, storm clouds. They were huge. They looked like black mountains standing in front of me across the sky. I knew I could not fly up or over them. I did not have enough fuel to fly around them to north or south. I ought to go back to Paris. I thought, but I wanted to get home. I wanted that breakfast. I will take the risk, I thought, and flew that old Dakota straight into the storm. So let's find out. I think I have already explained you this extract. Fine. So let's do the RTC based on it. That means this is the time in the extract. This is the time when he was thinking what he should do when he saw the stormy clouds, but he decided to go into the storm. First question is, based on the given extract, choose the option that lists the name which would be the most appropriate response to. It was an easy flight. When he said it was an easy flight, so you have to give response to this statement made by him. He was saying it. Okay, everything was going well. It was an easy flight. So you have to reply him back. So how would you give reply? Option one, you got this. You are right. Hmm. Second option is it's almost too easy. Third is you spoke too soon. Fourth one is the end is near. So what is the reply? That is the C part is the reply that you spoke too soon, because after that he was in the trouble. It was not an easy flight for him. So you had to give the reply to the answer. So it would be C part. Okay, moving to the next question. Same RTC. The next question. How would you describe the risk the narrator took? He took the risk. He was ready to take the risk. So how would you describe the risk? The first one is calculated. He calculated that he would be doing it like this. It is impetuous. Impetuous means to do without thinking. Unavoidable. He was thinking the risk would be unavoidable. Or the navigable. Navigable means the place you can navigate, the place you can go across. Might be in the sky or might be in the sea. So it is navigable, that anybody can reach up there. So it would be impetuous. That means he did that without thinking. Next one. In what way might the reference to the Dakota as old be relevant? He was saying that it is an old Dakota. So in what way he is taking it? Answers. Its antique value made it expensive and precious to the narrator. It does not make any sense because he was not talking about it. Next is, it is employed by the narrator as a term of endearment. He was thinking that he is going to enjoy this flight and it is going to face everything. The plane would face everything. No. Third part, it did not have enough fuel to fly around the stormy clouds. It does not. You tell me, does it make sense? He did not. I did not. Sorry, it did not have enough fuel. Fuel, you can add more. What does it mean? Its ability to negotiate the storm clouds. He was saying that I think it is an old Dakota and it would be able to flight the. It will be able to fight the storms. Okay, the answer is the correct one. Fine. I'm moving to the next question. The next question says, this is a big question, though it is from the extract only. Read the statements given below and then select the option that best describes the given statement. We are given with three statements. Then we have to go for the option. First statement, you keep on thinking after reading the statement whether it is true or false. The narrator's desire to reach home and see his family made him complacent. He was satisfied with this, that he is going to his family and he is going to meet them. Second statement, the narrator was unaware of the threat that the adversarial storm clouds presented. He was unaware. Now that he has a threat, he went into the storm. He was unaware that he won't be facing any problem there. Okay. Second statement is this, that he did not know that he would be facing problem if he is going into the storm. Statement 3, the narrator's decision making was quick but irresponsible as well as dangerous. Though he took the risk, though he took the decision to take his aeroplane into the storm, but it was a risky decision and dangerous decision. So what do you feel about it? But statement 1 is false, statement 2 is true. 2 cannot be true because 2 is saying that he did not know that there is a risk. No, he knew this thing. So 2 is definitely false. So let's go with that option which answers this way. It would be C part. C part says what? C part says that statement 1 cannot be inferred. We do not know whether he was satisfied with this thing, that his family, he is going to meet his family when he would be going into the storm. Statement 2 is false definitely, and statement 3 is definitely true, that he took the decision but it was an irresponsible decision. Let's move to the next question. Select the correct option to fill in the blanks below. Risk is risky. Now you have to find out the same relationship Between these words, A is danger, dangerously, Z, hazardous, peril, imperiled, caution, precaution. See, beta, risk is noun, risky is adjective. So this kind of relation can be seen in B part, hazard and hazardous. So it would be B part. Okay, I just tick it one so that it might be clear to everybody. So it would be B part. I'm erasing it. Moving to the next question, direct MCQs. First, the title Black Aeroplane is based on the aeroplane that held the pilot's aeroplane, aeroplane in the stormy sky, none of the above. It would be A part, the aeroplane that helped the pilot. Next, the pilot was flying from dash to dash. It was very clear from France to England he was going to. Next, RTC. They look like black mountains standing in front of me across the sky. What look like black mountains? You know that the storm clouds, the storm clouds look like black mountains. How far was the narrator from Paris when he saw dark clouds in the sky? How far he was from Paris when when he saw the dark clouds? He was 150 kilometer far off. Fine. To the next question. Which of the pilot's instruments stopped working first in the first place? It was the compass. Sixth question. When the pilot of the black aeroplane asked the narrator to follow him, in which direction did he turn the aeroplane? The pilot of the black aeroplane turned his aeroplane to which direction when he was asking him to follow? The answer would be north direction. Fine. So these were the questions we have already discussed. See, beta, the message from the chapter is we should not lose hope in life. Everything has a solution to it. Even in the worst possible scenarios, we should be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So be positive, be optimistic, keep on studying. If you have any query, please ask in the comment box. I'm always there for you. Thank you, kids.